Guys, Blizzard just released their roadmap for the future of World of Warcraft Classic. I'm talking hardcore, I'm talking Season of Discovery, I'm also talking Cataclysm Classic. Blizzard has given us a sneak peek as to what is coming down the road, and there's a few things that are on this roadmap that are very suspicious, to say the least, in a good way, and we're gonna talk about it today. But real fast, I do of course have to thank the channel's sponsor, Zygor, World of Warcraft's ultimate add-on. You've heard of it, you love it, you know it, it's Zygor. If you're trying to level quicker, if you're trying to make more gold, if you're trying to get that pet, that achievement, whatever you want, Zygor does literally everything, and it's linked down below in the description. And if you do decide to become a member of the Zygor family, be sure to use code Nixxiom for 20% off. So I just sat down at the computer and I got to look at this 2024 roadmap, and I want to go through it with you guys today and just talk about each bullet as to what is coming next. So let's just dive into it, shall we? The first thing to say is that at the beginning of 2024, we are getting the release of the Ruby Sanctum raid for Wrath of the Lich King Classic. Many of you guys are probably still playing Wrath of the Lich King. I hope you guys are having fun. It really is a tragedy, and maybe I'll make a separate video on this topic later on, but it is a tragedy that Wrath of the Lich King did not get the love and the attention that it so rightfully deserved. And nowadays, when people think of Wrath of the Lich King Classic, all they think about is bots, the WoW token, and just drama, and just a very sour taste in the mouth. But for those of you guys that are still active on Wrath of the Lich King, Ruby Sanctum coming soon. The next big update we're gonna see in Classic WoW is an update to Season of Discovery. You guys know it, you're excited for it. We've got the level cap raised to level 40, new runes to be discovered for all the classes, a new PvP event, and a Gnomragon raid. This new PvP event that's coming in Phase 2 of Season of Discovery, Stranglethorn Vale, as if Stranglethorn Vale was not dangerous enough, am I right? New loot being rewarded for PvP and STV. Titles, apparently, if what I've read on the internet is true. Some new quests that are going to be present in the zone to incentivize PvP further. I hope that Blizzard has learned the lessons from Ashenvale and the complaints that they got and the feedback that they got. I guess we're going to find out, but so far Season of Discovery is going strong. One thing that's interesting is shortly after the release of Season of Discovery's level 40 update, we are going to see the Cataclysm Classic beta. So for those of you guys that are excited for Cataclysm Classic, get ready for beta. And shortly thereafter, we are going to see the release of World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore Self-Found Mode. For those of you that don't know what Self-Found Mode is, here's the explanation in 30 seconds. One of the biggest complaints that people had about Classic WoW Hardcore, I mean, there wasn't many, but one of the complaints that existed is the fact that you could trade and use the auction house and blah, 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 blah. You know, Hardcore is supposed to be a challenge that you undertake on your own. You're not supposed to be grouping up with people and trading and making the journey easier. So people were requesting a self-found mode, or more of like a solo mode where you can't trade, you can't be grouping up with people, so on and so forth. That's what this version of Hardcore is, so I know a lot of you guys are probably looking forward to it, myself included. The next thing coming out in spring will be another update to Season of Discovery, level 50 level cap, new runes, and a new raid. Now, from what I've seen on the internet, we don't know what the new raid is going to be in Phase 3, but some people are speculating it might be Dire Maul. That would be pretty cool, but guess we'll find out soon. Cataclysm Classic is next. If you are somebody playing on the Wrath of the Lich King realms, you are going to get to enjoy a pre-patch event. Of course, you're going to be able to make your Worgen and Goblins. You'll get your improved guild features, account-wide collections. I'm assuming by account-wide collection, what they mean is something similar to the War Within, maybe? I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out. And of course, Transmog is coming to Wrath of the Lich King Classic during this time. And then, of course, we have the release of Cataclysm Classic. I was very surprised, actually. I made a video recently talking about why not many people are excited for Cataclysm Classic as opposed to, you know, people being excited for Vanilla WoW and TBC and Wrath of the Lich King. But the Cataclysm fanboys really came out in droves and they were like, hey man, I'm really excited for Cataclysm Classic. Check out that video next if you want after this one. One thing that's interesting though about the release of Cataclysm Classic, I'm not exactly sure what they mean by this, but we see at the very top here, it says campaign story. What do they mean by campaign story? Like, am I forgetting something? Like, was there like I don't remember there being some campaign story. I remember, Deathwing fighting Alexstrasza and Garrosh on the Zeppelin, saying, "Get off my Zeppelin," or whatever he said. But what are they talking about that? Is this new content for Cataclysm Classic? Like new endgame content or something? Because if so, cool. Like whoa, like that's awesome. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm not somebody that's like really excited for Cataclysm Classic myself. I mean, I'll check it out. I mean, why not, right? But I'm not like super pumped for it. But if Blizzard is gonna make like a little bit of changes to Cataclysm Classic and maybe even add, a little bit of new content here and there, just, some sprinkles on top, that'll be really cool for a player like me who's like, yeah, I played Cataclysm, didn't really like it so much back in the day, but it would be cool to re-experience it with some sprinkles on top. And maybe that's what this campaign story is. Guess we're gonna find out. Season of Discovery is then gonna get another update. We are finally gonna go to level 60, new runes, even more runes, man, and endgame activities. Now, what the hell does that mean, endgame activities? It's anybody's guess. And I'm gonna say more about the endgame activities, but I'm gonna talk about it after the next Season of Discovery update, and I'm gonna propose to you guys a theory and tell me what you think about it. In autumn, we're gonna see the release of the Rise of the Zandalari patch in Cataclysm Classic. Of course, we're gonna see the Rage of the Firelands, one of Cataclysm's stronger patches that was very much beloved back in the day. And then finally, we have this last update to Season of Discovery, which just says endgame content updates. So here's the thing. We're seeing in summer this announcement saying endgame activities are coming to Season of Discovery, but it's later on that we're seeing endgame content updates. I have a theory that it's very possible that when we hit level 60 in Season of Discovery, we are not going to be able to go to Molten Core. We are not going to be able to go to Onyxia's lair. It's very possible that what Blizzard is going to do before they give us, that classic Molten Core experience, Onyxia's lair, but updated with some 2023 Season of Discovery goodness, it's possible that these endgame activities that they're referring to might be a brand new raid, it might be a brand new PvP something, perhaps an entirely new way to approach dungeons at endgame in Classic WoW. We might see some new factions potentially entering into the fray at level 60 in Classic WoW that we can earn reputation with, get gear, maybe get a mount or something, I don't know. The point is giving us like a big chunk of new content to enjoy, a bunch of new things that we can sink our teeth into before Blizzard finally says, "Are you ready?" And they release that trailer saying the gates of Molten Core are finally accessible. Onyxia's lair can finally be descended into, so on and so forth. I'm actually hoping that what Blizzard does is kind of a patch cycle in Season of Discovery where they release, here's Onyxia's lair. That's it. We do Onyxia for a little while. Then later on, they release Molten Core, totally updated, Encourage, so on and so forth. Naxxramas, just a completely updated version of these old raids. And it's just something that we can look forward to. New mechanics, new stuff that is not being beta tested, so we don't know what to expect when we go in there and we fight Patchwork or something again. I just hope that they do Season of Discovery's endgame actually very similar to how they would do endgame normally in, retail World of Warcraft. Just slowly releasing one raid after the other. But it certainly would be cool if at level 60 there was a whole new endgame experience waiting for us. New factions, maybe completely updated endgame dungeons like Skullomance and Strathholm or something, new quest lines to go on for epic gear, new profession stuff to collect, just a ton of crap to do before finally the gates of Molten Core open. I don't know, I guess we're gonna find out, guys. It is so cool seeing the 2024 roadmap for Classic World of Warcraft. I love the fact that Blizzard has embraced Classic to this degree. Everything looks great. Everything looks solid. Wrath of the Lich King fans, I hope you guys are happy. Those of you guys that are gonna play Cataclysm, hope you guys are happy. Hope you guys playing hardcore in Season of Discovery are having a good time. Guys, I will see you online.